part, Charles, I can agree with. I don't even know if she's doing it intentionally, but I do know that every time she talks to me about why she doesn't want to help me, it's because she's been victimized.
But
She,
that's what
but
this
right,
crazy chick.
I know.
Same fucking thing she do. She called me talking about, oh, her body hurt and this and that and all these people are screwing me over and da 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 da. And I'm listening to shit. I'm trying to give her some advice to like get better, but then she keep getting the same like a rat in a wheel. Keep getting the same fucking situation. And she hasn't went to the doctor. She told me all these problems with her, and I told her how she could at least deal with some of the problems. But she ain't did shit. And you know what she do? She would listen to this nurse practitioner who's retired, who's a nurse, not the doctor. And she feels, oh, the doctor, the nurses, she does what the doctor does. So she thinks this woman is more in tune to the medical or whatever, which that's why she's a fucking nurse. But she taking the nurse over her, she said, oh, I got this problem, And she said, why don't you go get a fucking MRI of your body or a CAT scan or whatever the fuck it is, and see what's going on with your body. And then, I told you, when she was telling me, I kind of said, I don't want to hear it because, like right now, when she fucking manipulated to get this call through to me, she wanted to hear me say something that I'm grateful, I'm this. But then she said, you step back and when you notice a bad time in my life. And I'm like, Kim, why am I calling you every day and your life is going fucked up? But why with her it's so toxic? And she gives me money. And she tries to talk positive. But at the same time, she has a problem with black women. Because she said they came after her. And then she sits up every now and then and starts talking about black women. Say that black bitch and this and this and that. And I'm like, I don't hear it. Gotta go. You understand? And it's like she does stuff to push me away and then go try to give me gifts, sell me money to my bank account or whatever. And think that's gonna make things cool. And then I'd be like, no, don't send me the money. Don't send me the fucking money. I'll give you your fucking mail. Because she got my address as a fucking mailing address, even though she's staying in a different place. She wants to live here politically, but she wants to say, I'm in the dude who just won mayor. I'm in his district. So there's 3 California mayors in California. Long Beach, LA, which is, they're both, but we're incorporated, so, and then in San Francisco is a black mayor up there. Karen Bass, black lady, won here, and then he won in Long Beach, and then San Francisco, another mayor. So there's 3 mayors in California. And she got pissed off, and she was trying to promote this Middle Eastern woman who had no chance against the dude, and then she got into it with him. Like, they fell out. She sued the city. She filed some complaints against the city. And I'm like, you doing stuff in this city, and then now the dude just became mayor, and you started a war with him. What do you think you're going to get out of this? But this is the stuff that she always complains about, and it's like you telling me, I don't like the mayor of Fayetteville. Even though she doesn't benefit stocking you, but fuck her. And you telling me all this other stuff which I think is bullshit. And I gotta act like I'm partial or something. It's because you gave me some money. And then I voted for the black dude. I'm like, I'm not voting for that woman. She lives in fucking Orange County. Like down in the white area. She's a city council member in the fucking white district. What she don't know about, she's so she listens to black people and that, and she listens to white people too. And who are more important to her? The So I was like, I told her, I said, you may have want to follow some other people's advice is stay out of politics. Politics and religion is bad. And evidently you're Muslim, that's a problem. And then, and you know what? And I had to say it to her. I said, Muslim are the new niggas. We're up and down, and you guys are on the fucking bottom right now. And I hate to say it. And it's like, now the Chinese are going to move down to the bottom. Because they were getting attacked out here. And now the whole big thing now is Jews. Kanye West is calling out. Now, the white people. See, it's like you fueling something. Like, the white racist dudes don't like Jews or anything black, Mexican, this and that. So he's calling out the Jews, right? Now all these white racist dudes are jumping on his bandwagon. Even though they don't give a fuck about Kanye, but it's a chance that they get do their little Nazi shit. And the Jews know they ain't shit. So I'm like, and that's what I'm saying with this woman. And the woman I'm telling you about, she's mentally challenged. She got a lot of fucking bipolar disease. But she would do stuff like this, Kim, to me. She invited me to the mayor, and when dude was running, he wasn't running for mayor, but he was city council. So she did a fundraiser for him, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm at the event, and she introduced me, which I already know the dude, because he was in my district, and I met him many times. And so his staff is at the door in the back, just checking people in, saying whoever came. And then the photographer had a table in the back too. And he had some pictures up, right? So I went to the back and I was looking at the pictures. And then she came back and then she said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm looking at this dude's picture." I know you. So, when people do that, that's why we don't get along. She said, "I know you. You're over here trying to talk to his staff. Don't talk to his staff." And I just sit there and looked at her. She was like, "I know you try to get your agenda or whatever, blah, 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 blah." Now, Kim, I already know the man. I don't give a fuck about his staff. I went over and talked to him, his wife, his kids. He came up to me. But then I had to stay away from people because she thinks I'm trying to move my agenda or whatever. I can care fucking less because I ain't into politics. And I know I didn't want to be involved in politics. But then every time we talk on the phone, she tells me about politics. And then I get off the phone with her. See, now it's like she repulses me with it. She tells me stuff, and then she has a personality. If you met her, Kim, she'd be like, "Oh, hey, Kim, oh." She would find out what you like, right? And what would help you advance, right? And she would throw out stuff, how you can do different things and succeed and this and that to get your trust. And then her anger issue will show up every now and then before you really know what the fuck she is. So every now and then she'll turn on you. She'll do that exorcist thing and turn her head around, and you will be like, "Whoa, where'd that come from?" And then maybe you may say something like, "You want to be the queen," and this and that. Boom, she'll hit you with that. And then she'll be like, "Explain that to me." She'll do it to build your trust and then throw the shit in your face or try to crush you. When I had my barbecue business, she was like, I had to fire her. I didn't even have her hired. because I didn't want her input. That's why I stopped doing. She has a whole podcast studio set up in her office with mics and everything, with a mixing board and all that. And she like, come and do this stuff here. And I'm like, I don't want no parts of it. So I'm calling you, Kim, and saying, let me start from scratch. But I don't want her input. I don't want her influence. I don't want nobody to influence what I fucking talk about on the show. Well, let's talk about re-entry. If I talk about it, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want you to give me no idea, and then if it's a problem, if I say I don't want to do it, she'll do that. Because we had an issue. She asked me to use my mom's nonprofit before she registered her nonprofit. And I was like, I don't want to go to jail. I don't want you to use my nonprofit. And it's like, I have my own agenda, right? And she said, I'm over this portal to help black business, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she was telling this guy who he's kind of over this little neighborhood and down the street from her house. And she said, he's like kind of politically driven, so he knows the mayor and all that. And she told him, hey, guess what? This guy fired. And I wasn't even working for him. He asked me not to come and do nothing for him. So she was talking like, I'm the shit in the, I do this, blah, 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 blah. But he fired me. That don't sound right. You wouldn't say, this dude called me out on whatever I did, and you know me, I'm the shit in whatever I do. I'm like, that would not motivate me to tell somebody that this person fired me, and he knows me personally. How a person who knows you and say he's the best friend of mine, and then he don't want to work with you. It's like I fired your ass because you was doing foul shit.
Right. So she didn't even take it. She ain't get it.
She took the wrong way. Didn't get it. When she was living in my back house, right? I was starting to do the Coliseum, right? So she was trying to I was like, I don't want your input on this. And I said, the main reason is you don't like smoke. When I used to barbecue, she'd be like, oh, I can't stand that smoke. She can't stand smoke. Even on the barbecue, she don't like the smoke. Barbecue flavor. So she's telling me, she does chicken in the oven and put barbecue sauce over it and say, And when people try to compete with you, you doing your thing, and then they want to compete with you in your own lane. Like, I'm doing barbecue, this, and that. And she like, I want you, tell them how good my barbecue is. That's what she been saying to other people. Hey, tell them how good my barbecue is. Kim, she gave me, so her husband, when he was alive, they used to do cabbage, and then cornbread, and then she used to take her the barbecue, right? So he knew she didn't like smoke. So when I was trying to put smoke on the barbecue, he was like, no, don't do that. She don't like it. So I was like, well, why the fuck she trying to, guide me, and then she don't even like the fucking barbecue? So I'm like, why would I promote earrings? I hate fucking earrings. And so one day, she was in the back out. This guy who used to work for me, right? He came by and said, hey, Charles, man, I want to work with you a couple of, my job is like, it's tripping, so, you got any work for me? And, well, I have to Coliseum, you want to do that, man, you know what you need to do. You know what I do. So he was like, okay, cool. So she came to the front, right? And then me and the guy was sitting down, so she came in. And then she said, because we had disagreements about stuff. we don't see eye to eye about anything in business. I do things my way, she do things her way. And I didn't like it. So I wouldn't even talk about it. So then she came, and so Monday, me and the dude talking. And then she came in, and she said, oh, my name is Johnny. What's your name? Sergio? Oh, okay. You work with Charles? Yeah. Tell me, Sergio, what do you think about this? What Charles is doing? Do you think it's she was pretty much saying my idea was fucked up. And pretty much trying to put whatever I'm doing down and saying I'm doing it wrong and this and that. And the guy said, I don't want to get into this. I don't want to get into that. But fuck. Well, I'm going to tell this guy how to run his business. He's like, no, I don't want no parts of that. Me and Charles got a relationship. I'll talk to them about that. But I don't want to get in the middle of this. Whatever you guys got going, I don't want to be in part of the middle. So he got up and said he had to leave. So then I said to her, I said, now, Shireen, if I would have said this to one of your employees and asked them to contradict you and your idea, you would have cussed me the fuck out. So I'm going to ask you politely to leave my house, go back to your room, and please don't ever fucking approach any employees of mine. Now, mind you, when I was in the Coliseum, I invited her to come up there 2 times. Now, the Coliseum don't allow you to bring other people, right? So it was kind of like her husband just died, and I wanted to help her out, kind of like get her motivated. So they used to do suites, right? So she's like, okay. I said, well, just come and just give away sweets. You can't sell shit because you're not certified to do whatever. So she came and she brought 2 big ass coolers, right? And then she just went all out on giving out the shit, right? So I said, Shireen, it's not the main thing. It's what they're gonna come up here for the barbecue. So just give away the noodles or whatever, right? So she had all this stuff and whatever in my booth. And then she was telling them, oh, it's for Bonnie's house, and we're doing this and we're doing that. And people don't want to hear that when they want to buy some fucking food. And then they all wanted barbecue. They didn't want it. They was throwing her stuff in the trash right there in their face. I don't want this. I want the fucking barbecue. What the hell came up here for? I came up here for the barbecue. They came in for no goddamn candy, peanut butter, cheese, this, that, whatever. And then not even don't eat sweets. Why don't eat sweets? And it was like, she was giving it to them. And they was like, what is this? And they was like, it's like a little sweet, da da da. And they threw it away right there. And they said, let me get the tri-tip. And my person who was taking the orders, she was like, yeah, let me get 2 tri-tip sandwiches and get the combo or whatever. So she noticed how everybody was going crazy for the barbecue. So her eyes are pricking in her head. There's money here to be made. This nigga's clocking out, right? And then all of a sudden, she's like, she want to tell me about my business. And I'm like, I'm a well-oiled machine here. And she came and got into it with every one of my employees in the booth. The girl who was taking the money, she was just taking it. And then she was like, well, she need to do this way. And then you do it this way. You know what? I got a crew of people I can bring. And I said, I don't want your crew. She brought these people, they like holistic people, like oils, and they own a barbershop. I said, they don't fucking know how to run no fucking business. And I wish you would stop. Please, you will bring somebody. And stop fucking with my employees. So I asked her, I told her, could you please not come up here? Don't come up here no more. And you're fired. Because you are causing dissension. All my employees want to quit because of you. So I don't want you to come up here anymore. I don't want you to interfere with them anymore. And she took that, and I was like, you don't see the picture. You don't see what you're doing. Just imagine somebody comes to you, you got an event, right? And somebody comes and then they're like, you know, Kim, all the people you got working here, they don't know shit. She did a tour with him, right? And then she's like, you know what, Kim, I got the perfect employee. And she don't even know the business. She don't even like barbecue. But she will bring some people in the hood because she like to hang around black people and shit. And it's just like the people that I wouldn't hire myself, I wouldn't ask for them to come. And so they go up there, they're like, oh, we know what he needs. And they ain't even involved in it. They don't know nothing about catering. They don't know how to deal with the health inspector. The health inspector for the city of LA, who's over the division, was a girl I went to college with. So she knew me, and she told all the people, hey, pretty much don't fuck with Charles at this thing. So they would come in and ask me just a couple of questions. You got your water, you got lunch, okay, cool, food warming over there, the fire going, okay, cool, thank you, checked off. They wouldn't fuck with me. And then it was like, well, she kept trying to pick, you know, people pick for negative shit wrong with your stuff and say, I can improve upon it. How you gonna improve upon something that I know I'm already perfect? And when I talk to my employees and I tell them to do something, she go and undermine me and tell them to do something differently. And then I come back and I say, well, why did you do what I asked? And see, when I tell the employee, I tell them the way to do it because I've already failed at doing it a different way. Like when the guy, he messed up our fucking tri-tip, I told him to put it in the oven. He didn't put it in the oven. And the shit went bad the next day at the Coliseum. So I had to throw 4 trays of tri-tip away, which was $700 a tray. And I said, and I knew the answer before it even happened. When I smelled the food, I said, you didn't put the motherfucker in the oven. But if you'd have cooked it, the medium rare parts would have been cooked. And then when you smoke food, you preserve it so it won't go bad. I've never had a problem until this one time. This dude did this. So I already knew the answer. Like I said, motherfucker, I know what you did. You ain't getting paid. So it's like when you're a wealth of information, when you do all the shit, you lay down rules so that you don't repeat history. And then, and then somebody comes and undermines you. And then you like, imagine you're doing something and somebody comes up and tell your people, you know what, you should do it this way. And then it's a fuck up. And you're like, why did you do that? I told you how to do it. Well, this person came over here and he told me it wasn't efficient. It's not efficient because it can't be. I've already proven what's right and what's wrong. I already tried to do that way. And it's like, and it's just like, we know each other for a lot of years, but we keep always falling out. And then sometimes I tell her about herself, and she don't get it. She thinks I'm like you know how you got to be with somebody like your sister, right? And you guys go head to toe whenever you guys get a chance to go. And it's like, but you got this thing in the back of your head that you don't want to work with this person because this person calls you out and do stupid shit. So like at the damn thing with the dude, the city councilman, she was like watching me because she don't trust me. So she's like, I'm she's watching me. And I'm like, well, let's alleviate this problem. I'm gonna leave. No. Because she knows the mayor, the guy that's the mayor now, he knows me personally. We're cool. So she's doing this fundraiser for him, and she don't know the dude that well. I know the dude. I even know what college he went to. He's an alpha. He's a fraternity guy. So we chop it up. So he comes up, what's up, Charles? Blah, 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 blah. But she's talking to him from a different perspective. And then she said, no, I want you to be here. You know the mayor, and he gonna put his guards down. And I'm like, no. Because she would talk down to me and different stuff, and like she wouldn't catch it. She wouldn't know what the fuck she's saying. So imagine around somebody that she said, like, go give me this, like I'm a gopher. So I'm like, I gotta go. And then she don't know why I'm leaving. I be like, I'm out of here. And then I tell her, you don't respect me. That's why I said, you need to focus on friendship and fuck business. And I would never work for you. No, never. I don't give a fuck how bad I'm broke. I'll never work for you. Stop giving me shit. So she that type of person think that she can give somebody something, and then that makes up for her fuck ups. And I was like, no, you need to work on your fuck ups and stop giving me shit and thinking everything's okay. And even my wife picked it up. She said, Charles, she gives you stuff, and then you just like, you cool with just her being a fuck. My wife started catching that on to she's fake. She smiles and this and that, and then she tried to pick my brain. Like, let's have bagels and coffee. And then she'll be like, well, what's going on with you and Charles? You understand? So imagine you right there, and you're trying to pick everybody's brain around me, and I'm not letting you in. And right now, she's trying to figure out how the fuck I get into. You don't want shit I got. So all her negotiating things are gone. And I said, I don't want nothing. And you can't say you did nothing for me because motherfucker, you tapped out all this other money in the past. You made bad investment. So, no, I'm not giving you no more money. No, don't check the value of my house. And no, don't get my credit. And don't think I'm going to get any more loans from your way. I don't give a fuck if somebody give me anything. I don't want shit. Because you ain't getting a piece of my money. From this point on. And then one time we were sitting down talking, right? And I kind of said, you know how you say something and you just think about what you said?
Mm-hmm.
I said, my friend Gail is my friend 30, 40 years in college, right? So I said, my person, beneficiary, is Gail. She knows Gail. But she was like, I said, Gail, she don't really want this. She would do the right thing, right? And it was kind of like a slap in the face, like, well, why you didn't put me as a... And I'm like, no, I want somebody I can trust. Like that. Just like that. And, Gail, we got a good relationship, but she don't want nothing. She got her own thing. She got a house and this and her own retirement. And she don't give a shit. So, now her, I would never put nothing in her. She'd be like, well, and then she started like, so then she started making comments. Well, why don't you go talk to Gail about that? Yeah, you want to know something, talk with Gail. She, she's a beneficiary. So, I can see the jealousy's coming out. And I did that on purpose. It's like, anytime I get the chance to drive a nail in her fucking back, I do it. She be like, you say such hurtful things, and you should watch the way you talk. And I'm like, oh, here we go. All right, bye. And she don't understand. And it's like I'm pushing her away, and she don't understand. Well, I'm doing it in a way that I'm not telling her, because she got so many insecurities because she's paranoid. Because her paranoia is people don't like me, or people don't know this and that. And it's like certain things she does, and people think she's fake. It's like my wife. I didn't make her talk like that. Not want to chill with her. And she can't keep people in her circle. And that stayed working for her. and they gotta put up with it. And I'm like, I don't want to work with you because then you'll think you got some power. Sorry, don't want it. You know, when I was homeless, right, back when I just got my apartment, so she's like, oh no, you know, you have your apartment, come stay here, and then just drive me around and do your business. Dude, she was trying to sabotage everything I fucking did. She wanted me to be like broke and always needed her. That's why when I see this woman, I see her as that woman. Not to let you get up. She don't want you to succeed. If you talk about trying to do international trade, she be like, no, don't use my fax machine. Don't call long distance on my phone. I'm emailing motherfuckers, right? And then they would fax me, and I would do the, try to do the deal. But then every time I get close to the deal, she was like, well, let's. She would chop off all my hands, all my resources. So I can't talk on the phone, can't use the computer, can't do this in the middle of a deal. So how do I explain to a buyer that I can't get faxes from you, I can't do this, And I was like, you know what, I gotta go. And you know what I did? When she was gone, I took a bag of clothes, trash bag, and I was walking down the street to the bus stop to go catch a ride. Just the bus all the way down to Long Beach and stay with my buddy. But I couldn't make it to the bus stop because she saw me. So she's like, oh, I need you. Don't leave me. No. So then,